Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Dominic Dinardo. I'm the CEO of Aforza, and today with my co-founder Nick Eales, our Chief Product Officer, we want to talk to you all about solving the promotion ROI challenge, a perennial issue, I think, which has dogged consumer goods since, I don't know, since time immemorial, kind of crazy. But, you know, a challenge that seems to never go away. But now in 2021, as we come out of these hopefully post-pandemic days where we try to reignite activity in our channels, a subject is going to come into even more scrutiny than it has before. So how can you stop guessing and start measuring? So let's get into it. Aforza, just a couple of words on us. We're dedicated to consumer goods. We work only in the food, beverage, consumer goods industries. We're trusted by companies like Transmed, Procter & Gamble distributor, and companies like Photiades and Alchemas. And we're built completely on the Salesforce and Google platforms. Now, what we do is we build software, cloud software, that helps you sell more efficiently and effectively, whether it's the planning, visiting, selling, distribution, delivery type functionality. We have all the modules that you need to do that. Now, why is there so much wasted promotion spend? Like actually McKinsey statistics say it's actually greater than 70%. And it seems to me like there's this kind of like great wall, you know, we've all like a great barrier reef. I was thinking, what's the metaphor for huge barriers in the way of things that you can see, so big that you can see it from space, right? Well, you know, when we think about it, all our people that are working on promotions, probably doing something similar as last year, but tweaking a little bit in headquarters, you know, they kind of seem to be very disconnected and always struggling to find out what is actually happening in the store. It really is like there's some sort of big barrier between us. And it's, you know, it's kind of weird because this is not like some sort of unique issue. We've been doing a number of customer roundtables. We're always really focused on listening to what our customers are saying. We ran some roundtables in the United Kingdom, across Northern Europe, and actually we've got one coming up in a week or so in the United States. But so far, the feedback we're getting is kind of highly aligned and highly consistent. And when we put some questions to the audience and talked about these statistics, in fact, like I won't read all of them, but you can read them at your leisure. But one of the delegates said that they could believe the 70% number of promotion failure. They just thought it would be higher, right? And then this one always cracks me up. It's funny. Well, it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, when sales look like they might miss their targets, right? They simply want to run more promotions. And I'm sure as you read through these notes, you probably can relate to this in some way. Everyone has this challenge, right? But yet we seem to struggle with measuring this. And one thing is certain, as we go into 2021, is there's going to be more scrutiny than ever on how we spend those dollars, those precious dollars. Now, I think in truth, when we get into this problem, it's more than just one barrier. It's not just one big great wall of China or something, right? It's actually multiple barriers. And when we look at the detail, we really like focus in on this, you know, get squint and think about it. There's a lot of challenges we've got to overcome. First one is inflexible targeting. Now, if we think about it, in many consumer goods companies, segmentation is like a big deal. It's a huge analytics project. And, you know, I've heard in some companies, it only happens like once every couple of years. It's not something you do regularly and frequently try to tune how you target your promotions. But I think probably everyone this call can relate to is, you know, we've suffered huge unpredictability with all the channels in the last 18 months. I can't tell if I can go to the pub next week or not. I think I can, assuming something else doesn't happen. You know, then there's going to be rules about where I can and can't go and what things are open and when, and can I go on holiday, can't I go on holiday? Like, look, I won't exasperate you all with telling you things you already know about how miserable it's been as a situation. But fundamentally, as a business problem, we don't know if these channels are on, off, where, when. And we haven't got the tools, or we have not previously had the tools to handle that kind of flexible need, the ability in our business to flexibly handle these kind of monumental changes. Now, as well as in flexible targeting, the other problem we have is weak compliance. We know, and I think everyone can relate to this, that it's really hard to know if the promotions that we've set in place are actually being executed properly, whether the contractual compliance is happening in the retail outlets and so forth. We don't have the technology, it seems, to properly assess this easily, quickly, and holistically across the whole market to understand if the promotions are even being complied with. And having the technology that's linked up where you can do that compliance with the promotion management, I think it's going to be really, really important in the future. And then taking all this and then some more is just pure visibility challenges. I have no idea what's really happening to my promotion through the entire market, right? It's a real, real big issue. So we add this all up together, it's not really surprising we get such horrendous statistics. And by the way, all those horrendous statistics were before the pandemic. That's not like today, that's from before. Could you imagine what they're like now? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure they have not improved. So it's really, really a lot of problems. So what can we do about it? And what is, and I've built up all that frustration. How can I give you a little bit of relief here? What can we do about it? Well, we really believe we've solved the challenge in a completely new, unique way, because we've come up with a way to do end-to-end, not just trade promotion management, but trade promotion execution, which is something you don't really see on every channel, omni-channel. And when I mean omni-channel, consumer goods is the only industry in the world that when we say omni-channel, we mean offline as well as online. Mobile order capture, telesales order capture, e-commerce B2B order capture, all channels, all priced penny perfect, all promotion compliant, all commercial policy compliant. This end-to-end ability in real time is really, really fundamentally important. And it's staggering to me, but it seems to be a capability that most companies do not have. And there are, well, as far as we can see, no other solutions to do. So this is what we do. Now you can see that across the slide, we've got this nice beautiful loop of this end-to-end connectivity, and you also see that everything is real time. Everything happens. We've taken the concept of promotion management to promotion execution to make sure that all things are measured and happening in real time, so that orders are being captured, are relevant to the promotions, that we're tracking their progress real time. That's kind of a really important thing, because analyzing the results of what happened 3 months ago, it's kind of like interesting, but yeah. So there's one other thing I'd like to just call out here, and we'll talk about it a little bit later in the presentations. This kind of, it says here in the tagline, crawl, walk, run. When we talk about something that feels like a wide-ranging digital transformation of the front office, it can be intimidating, feel like there's too much to take on, too much change for my company. But that's a mistake, and it's not true. It's not true, because we have companies that started with just particular modules, like the visiting module, and then have deployed that, got immediate success, and then moved on to elements like selling and order capture. And they can do this actually in remarkably fast times. And we'll talk about some examples of that and some customer case studies a little bit later. So now I think you've listened to me enough, and it'd be great to actually see the product in action. And so I'm going to ask my co-founder here, Nick, who's going to give you a demonstration to show you exactly how our end-to-end capabilities can solve this TPM ROI challenge. Nick, are you there? Over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Dominic, for that introduction. I'm really pleased to be here today to talk about our spring release, specifically to really talk about how our new release helps to solve that promotion ROI challenge. So some of the new features that we're bringing to market in this release really help with these 3 key areas. The first one being, how do you plan your promotions and how do you target the right customers? Whether that's targeting individual accounts or nationwide accounts, or it's targeting specific segments of customers. So how do I do that? How do I do that efficiently? How do I do that quickly? So we've brought to market some fantastic new capabilities around targeting the right segments, creating brand new promotions or cloning existing promotions with a single click. So it's super quick and super easy to build new promotions. And as you're building these promotions, giving you meaningful warnings about promotion clash or cannibalization. So this is just the first area we're using to really get on top of the planning capability. And then number 2 is, once you've planned your promotions and you're targeting your customers, how do you go into the store and how do you sell those promotions? But more importantly, make sure that the customers are actually complying with the terms and the stipulations that you've laid out. So a lot of the time you'll go in and the customer will say, yeah, great, I'll take that promotion. But then they won't put your merchandise at the front of the store, or they're charging too much for the products that they've got a discount on. So it's more often than not that a customer is actually accepting a promotion, but then not complying with it. And when they do that, it's just destroying your ROI. So we've introduced new capabilities around actually doing compliance audits and giving that real-time visibility of is a store actually complying. So you're able to go into stores, you're able to complete an audit and update HQ in real time, whether that merchandise is in the correct location, whether the products are on the correct discounted shelf price, all from a mobile app while being offline. And then the third point, which is really critical, is the real-time visibility of all of this. So as I plan them, as I sell my promotions, as I check the compliance, all that information is being fed back into Aforza in real time. So that means when you look at your promotion planning, you look at your calendar, you can see how the margins and how the revenue is actually being generated in real time. So I can see the revenue coming in, I can see the volume sold, I can see the compliance ratings, and all of this is just there available for me within minutes of it happening out in the field. And the new capabilities we've put in around our calendar makes actually filtering and searching those performance metrics very, very easy. So that was me just kind of focusing on the promotion side of the spring release, but let me take a step back and just talk to you about our strategy and what we do at a higher level. So we do 3 releases a year. Our spring, summer, winter release, this is lockstep with Salesforce's releases. And when we release the functionality simultaneously across both the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, the Salesforce App Exchange, and the Google Cloud. And we simultaneously release it on a certain date to all of our customers, to all of our users across the entire world. This was our Spring 21 release. We introduced over 300 new features. We have loads of documentation supporting enablement material for our customers and partners. And this was done seamlessly overnight in a 5-minute window. So all of our customers, when they went to bed and they got up the next day, they automatically got all this new functionality available to them with nothing for them to do. So that was just a quick preamble. What I want to do now is actually jump straight into a demonstration to show you all the new features that we've just released, really focusing on how we're solving that promotion ROI challenge that Dominic spoke about before. So we're logged into Aforza here, and I'm logged in as an account manager. And as an account manager, I'm trying to find new strategies and new techniques to generate the most amount of revenue at my target accounts. So I'm here on one of our dashboards where I can see all of the promotions that we've been running, and I can see the different performance of them. So I can see the overall effectiveness of our promotions. I can see the actual revenue we've been generating, the total volume of products we've been selling, and how much profit we've been making. And as I scroll down here, I can see the individual performance of each of our promotions. And on the right-hand side here, I can see our soft drinks promotion of a buy 5, get 1 free is performing really well. It's generating a lot of revenue for us, and it seems like a great promotion that I could roll out to my accounts as an account manager. So what I'm going to do now is go to our promotion calendar, and this is where I, as an account manager or a promotion planner, can come and I can see all the different promotions that we're running against the timeline for the year. So on here, I can see all of the different promotions that we're running against our accounts, against our different segments, and importantly, my account, which is the Fresh Start Southeast chain. From this calendar, I can really quickly and easily kind of click into a promotion, which gives me details about the products that we're selling in that promotion, the different tactics that we're employing to discount our products and to get the customer to purchase. And then I can also go and drill down into the performance, so I can see the base revenue that we usually sell for this promotion and these products, the predicted revenue and the uplift we're going to get from it, and then what we're actually generating out of these promotions as well as they're underway and executing. Within the calendar as well, I have the ability to go and group my items. So I'm looking at it by category here, but I can very quickly and easily view by status. So I can see what are my current running active promotions, which ones have I cancelled or completed, what are planned and still needing approval. So it's very, very quick and easy for me as a promotion planner to come in here and manage my different promotions. I can also importantly group by product. And this is really useful because this lets me see promotion clash really easily. So I can see at any given time what soft drink promotions are we running, what alcoholic beverage promotions are we running, or even down into the individual products as well. So it's very, very quick and easy to see whether there's any overlap and where your cannibalization might be happening from promotions being run at the same time when they shouldn't be. And along with all of this, I've got really detailed filtering capabilities. So I can go in and I can filter on almost anything. So I could say, actually, I only want to see currently active promotions that are targeting alcoholic beverages and fall within a certain revenue range. And I can do that and I can apply those filters and I can very quickly drill down into those particular promotions. That gives me that really useful and granular view that I need when I'm trying to figure out what I need to sell. And of course, as I come up with different promotions, I can save them, or different filters, I can save them and I can use them to really quickly and easily swap between different views. So what I'm going to do now is actually swap over to just look at my specific account. So I'm going to look at my Fresh Start Shop Southeast promotions and I'm going to apply that. So now I see just the promotions that are relevant to me as an account manager. And from here, I can see that there's actually a bit of a gap between our running promotions within the April timeframe. So I want to fill that gap to try and generate some more revenue for my accounts. Now, based on that dashboard that I was looking at before, I can see that this soft drinks promotion, buy 5, get 1 free, is generating a lot of revenue. So I think I'm going to actually use that at my specific account to try and get some extra revenue in this period between our promotions. So on the promotion calendar, what I can quickly and easily do is I could click on the calendar and create a brand new promotion, but I can also come onto the sidebar here, and here I can see my different promotion templates that I can use as an account manager, or I can select from the existing promotions in the catalog. So I'm going to go ahead and search for that buy 5, get 1 free. And here I can see the VIP soft drinks promotion, and I can go ahead and I can just drag that onto my calendar, and that's going to start me down the process of creating this new promotion and actually copy everything from that existing promotion and just let me tweak it and tune it. So instead of the VIP, I'm going to call this the Fresh Start soft drinks promotion. And I'm going to make sure I target just my account with this. And then I can set the date and time period. So I can say, okay, I want this from the beginning of March until, let's say, the end of May. And then you can see all the products have been pre-selected. I can see the discounts have been pre-selected. I can go in and I can change the image if I wanted to. So maybe I want to make this a slightly different image. Let's go for this top left one instead. And once I'm happy with that, I can add the promotion to the calendar. Hey, what it's now done is give me a warning. And this warning is telling me there's going to be some promotion clash. So because of the dates ranges I've picked and the products I've selected, it's telling me there's going to be some cannibalization with one of my existing promotions, which is the New Year soft drink bundle that I'm currently running January to March. So actually I can go back and I can now change the dates to make sure that that clash never happens. So I'm going to put it from mid-March instead. And it's now happy. It said, okay, that's fantastic. And we've now got a promotion that doesn't actually clash. And I can click into it and I can see the different tactics, the products, and of course the performance, which currently is going to be at 0. So just like that, I was really easily able to find a promotion that was performing well, cover a gap within my account calendar to make sure that I'm covering this account as best as possible and generating as much revenue as possible. And then with a little help from the calendar, I've managed to fill that gap with a promotion that's going to drive revenue and is not going to clash with any of my existing promotions. So now what I want to do is swap over to the execution view and show you how a field rep is now able to go into that store, into that account, and execute this new promotion. So I'm logged into the mobile app. This is my field sales view. And as you can see, I'm executing a visit at the Fresh Start Shop Southeast. And the purpose of this visit really is to check in, but also trying to generate some sales for that new promotion that I've just deployed to my field team. So I can start the visit by checking in. And when I check in, I get access to all the different tasks that I might want to complete at this account. So I can see we're going to check some stock levels. I can see we want to gather some competitor information, but also I can see I want to capture a new order. And what I can do is click into capture order. And this is going to start me down the order process where it asks me for some basic details. And once I've done that, I get a view of my product catalog. So here in the product catalog, I can see all the different products and promotions that I can be selling. So I can click into individual product categories. I can see the whole catalog. But what I'm going to do is click into promotions. And this is going to give me a view of all the different promotions I can sell to this customer. Now, what I can see down here in the middle is the Fresh Start soft drinks buy 5 get 1 free promotion that I've just deployed. You can see it ends at the end of May like I wanted it to. And I can say, hey, Mr. Customer, do you want to purchase this? It's a great deal. And they say yes. So we can go in, we can click on it, and that lets us configure it. So now we get taken through the options of buying 5 soft drinks, getting one of them for free. So I can go and I can click through and I can choose the soft drinks that they have to pay for and choose the free one as well. And I can add as many as I want to the cart. And now once I've done that, it appears in the cart, I get my total price, and I can go ahead and complete that order for that customer, which then gets fed back into our promotion analytics, so you can see the actual revenue being generated from that promotion. So let's say I'm coming back to the store at a later date and I want to check some promotion compliance. So one of the big challenges that a lot of our customers have is that they can sell a promotion, that's great, but how do they know the customer is actually complying with the different stipulations, like putting the gondola at the front of the store or putting the right discount on those products? So luckily, our application makes it really easy to do that as well. So if I click that first task, check promotion compliance, this is going to take me into a promotion compliance audit. And in this audit, I can easily see all of the previous promotions that I've sold to this customer. So here I can see we actually sold them a drinks promotion in the past, and I can go in and I can edit this to make sure that they're fully compliant. So I can gather details about the location of the promotional material. So it's actually at the front of the outlet, which is great. I can say, are they actually discounting it correctly? What's the shelf price? And then importantly, are they compliant, right? And they are fully compliant at the moment. And I can update that and it gets checked off. I can then confirm that compliance, and that now loops back into the system and it makes sure that we're getting the maximum ROI from this promotion, and that the customer, when they make claims or do billbacks, they're actually going to get that money because we know that they're complying with the terms that we've set them. So as I'm completing these orders and as I'm completing these compliance audits, all of this information is feeding back into the central system. And that means my planners and my account managers get real-time visibility in how the promotions are performing, how we're complying or how our customers are complying with them, what revenue we're generating, and what are our margins. So it's this cycle that really helps us plan new promotions, make sure we're executing them well, and then pushing them into the hands of our field teams. This is something that's never been possible before, but we're allowing you to do this now using the Aforza application. So it's something we're really proud of and something we think brings a lot of value to our customers. So thanks for your time. Thanks for watching this. I'm now going to hand it back to Dominic to talk through the rest of the presentation.
That was great. Thank you, Nick. That was really fantastic. Look, I know it's my company and I love it, but I always get like a bit of a thrill from seeing the demonstrations, and I hope you enjoyed that tremendously. And I hope you could imagine how you could use this kind of technology in your situations, in your companies. And we can see some statistics here on this slide, which I always think are great, because when you do have these capabilities, the benefits you will have across your front office are really tremendous. And we've been talking to all sorts of customers, all big and small, from companies like Heineken and Transmed, that literally, hundreds and hundreds of users, through to Superphone, which is a fantastic company, but about 20 people in Kenya, and everyone can get value from this. from big and small. And you can see metrics where it affects direct distribution costs, increase your sales revenues, obviously, increase your sales volume and so forth. But the key point here, and the bridge actually is at the bottom of the slide, companies like Superform are able to get some of these capabilities going like in just a few weeks. It doesn't have to be a massive digital transformation project. It can be just a few weeks. And I think today in 2021, I don't think companies have the tolerance or the stamina, especially after what's just happened, right? Nobody wants to do a 2-year project for some sort of ROI that is not completely known about, that will happen someday in the future. 2 years from now, somebody might retire. Like it doesn't matter, right? What we want to do is understand how we get value now quickly. And this is why I really love what Superform did, because Superform started off focusing on their visits, getting the foundation layers in first and getting value that way. And they did this like in less than 5 weeks, right? And you can see there's a little graphic on the slide here showing how it was done. Doesn't mean they have to stop. Doesn't mean they stop attaining value after that point, but they proved it. They proved they could do it. They got to value. They raced to it. And it really, you can iterate thereafter. Really think that's a fantastic reference point for all of us. And honestly, you can ask yourself, right, with the great respect, Superform's a great company, but they hadn't done anything like this before. This was the first time they'd done something like this. And you've got to ask yourself, these guys hadn't done this before, and they're doing it in the middle of a pandemic in Nairobi, Kenya. Really, can't you do it in Western Europe or the United States? I think you can. You can. We're super excited to announce Transmed have joined us as one of our customers. Transmed are a major Procter & Gamble distributor in the Middle East. They have more than 500 users. Actually, I think it's near 700 users across Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. They're looking to do front office digital transformation. Big things for them are using things like predicted orders and the ability to do that and link it to trade promotion management. It's a massive, significant change. Really, very, very exciting. And we've got customers like Photiades, again, really interested in trade promotion execution, understanding and capturing all that information at the coal face, using predicted orders again to help boost our revenues. Very exciting project. And Photos are actually in Cyprus, Greece, Croatia, Romania, might be missing some places, but they're in Eastern Europe. So how can we help you get to rapid business value quickly? And we thought, how can we took a few moments to think about this, and it really, I guess what we want to say is it doesn't have to be hard or complicated. Actually, the funny thing about this is the simpler it is, the more likely it is it's going to work. And we've come up with this process. It's really straightforward. If you like what you've heard today, we have a suggested call to action coming up, but you work with us and we'll give you a very reasonable, commercially reasonable proposal that you'd be able to consume and work with you on that. And you can talk to our other customers. We were named a few in this presentation today. We can work with you in a discovery workshop, make sure we all understand what we're trying to achieve together. And then it's just about implementing and getting to business value. And do it, take my advice, please, do it like Superform, iterate quickly, get to value fast. But it can be literally that straightforward. So we want to make sure we give you something as a call to action and something hopefully you can add real value for yourselves. We thought about this and we thought, what could we do? Well, listen, if you liked Nick's demo and you liked the solution, you thought, well, how would that work for me? Well, why don't you just try it? We've got a free 30-day trial. There's a URL, I think it's like there, probably under me, whoever my camera is positioning me in this presentation, but you can click on the trial, fill in the form, and you'll get access to the Aforza environment, and you can literally do the demonstration you just saw Nick do, but put in your data, just have a feel for how it's going to look, try out, promotion collision warnings, and try doing audit compliance on your own promotions, right? And just make sure that you get a sense of how it will work for you to solve that promotion ROI challenge. We'd love to work with you. Please, do set up for trial. If you trying to grab a pen, scribble, and trying to remember what the URL is, don't worry too much. We will send an email follow-up after this webinar, and we'll include the link in it so that you've got access to it. Now, it just remains for me to say a huge thank you. I really do appreciate that these are challenging times, and life is not easy. Working life and life in general is not easy for people. Don't want to label that too much, but I just want you to know I understand a little bit about what that's like. I'm very grateful you chose to spend a little bit of time with us. And we will, Nick and I are around now, and perhaps there's a few questions we can answer. But I'll just say at this point, huge thanks so much for attending today. I really hope you enjoyed it.